Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and today we're going to be talking about Marvel Battle Lines. But first, before we jump into the game, I want to take a minute here because there's three very cool things about today. Number one, we just crossed 500 subscribers on the channel, so thank you all very much. I truly appreciate you taking time to watch the videos, subscribing, commenting, and liking. It really helps me, especially when you let me know in the comments what you want to see. It really helps me tailor these videos to you and what you guys want to watch. So I truly appreciate it. And by doing that, it helps support me and the channel so that I can continue to put this content out. So again, I want to say thank you to everybody. It is very much appreciated. Number two, we have just crossed 100 videos. This video here is the 101st video. I mentioned this in the 100th video. It's crazy to think 5 months ago I just started this. Started reaching out to different people and learning this whole thing. It was nuts. But here we are 5 minutes later, crossing the 100th video and the 500th subscriber. It's awesome. It's been a lot of fun. Number three, today I will be announcing the winners for the first giveaway on this channel, which is Marvel Battle Lines. It is a poster from New York Comic Con, and there are a set of 4 pins. There will be 2 winners. Each winner will win that poster and those 4 pins. I'm going to announce those at the end of the video. So right now, we're going to get into this one. But first, before we start all of this, if you're just now finding my channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Alright, and welcome back. So this video here is kind of an extension to one that I did previously. So I did a video, Best Cards by Rarity. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll go ahead and link it up here right now. I'm doing the same thing, but this one is specific to the Arrival cards, the cards that just launched in December, as well as the Wakandan cards that we got just a couple weeks ago. So we're going to go through each one of these. Now, this card pack here is much smaller than the Origins one, so I didn't do a top 5, I did a top 3. Now, this Arrivals has some really cool cards in it, but I still think a lot of the really great cards are in the Origins deck. So let's go ahead and run through this real quick. So, starting with the common cards. First one is going to be Mental Subjugation. So you're going to swap attack and hit points of all character in a 2x2 area, and you're going to deal 218 damage to the affected enemies, and then remove that to the game. This I've seen a lot, and I should say this too, that how I came up with this list was really my personal experience in the game and playing with different decks, and some of the cards I don't have, really seeing what's being used quite often in Challenge and specifically Arena. So Mental Subjugation, see it used quite a bit. Not as much as it was before, but it's still a very good card and definitely one of the top 3 in the commons. The next one is going to be Lost Power Source. Any card that can remove special abilities of your enemies is awesome because there's so many special abilities out there. And what I've called persistent special abilities that trigger every turn. Or you have a card that when summoned causes damage or has some sort of ability every time you summon it. This right here, really cool card. So it removes the special ability of all enemies in a targeted 2x2 area, and you're going to add 100 attack to all allies in targeted area, and then obviously remove this from the game. I think this is a cool card right here. When knocked out, capture the enemy with the highest attack in the same vertical line, and then vanish into the dark force. So it's a mechanic to be able to take out a high attack opponent. So those are my top 3 for common. Let's go ahead and jump into the uncommon, where I think some of the better cards are. First one I need to talk about is Box of Scraps. This one here, has replaced Tactical Retrieval for me, because this is a 0-cost card and you can get 1 to 2 Cosmic Fragments. If you use this in combination with Black Cat, it's very strong, because where there's not a card, you can move Black Cat, you can create 1 or 2 Cosmic Fragments, move Black Cat there, and then pull from maybe a square that has 2 Cosmic Fragments that you wouldn't have been able to get to before. But it's also powerful in the way that if you need to put one of your characters on the board on a spot where there is no Cosmic Fragments, and you don't want to just lose Cosmic Fragments, this card here does very, very well. This one is definitely in my deck and one that I recommend for every deck. Pile Driver is a very good card. He's another one of those cards with the persistent ability to attack every single turn, and he does 230 damage to a nearby enemy with the highest attack. So similar to some other cards like Hulk. Hulk does the exact same thing, but Hulk's obviously much better. But this card here does very well as well. And then Xiao Lao. Oh my gosh, this guy is awesome. He has been a finisher card for me. So after you summon, you deal 387 damage by breathing fire on enemies in the same vertical line. It doesn't matter where you put him. Every enemy in that line is going to take 387 damage, depending on what level you have him at. But I've got him with an attack of 1,089. I just played a game today where I had an opponent at 24,000 on his health. And Xiao Lao, in combination with Ronin, I was able to take him down with one battle line. So Xiao Lao, a fantastic card, high defense, high attack, definitely a finisher card. Now we're going to go into rares. I think there's some pretty cool rares in here, but the top three that come to mind for me is going to be Quake. Again, any card that you can throw down that removes the special ability of an opponent deserves to be in the deck, unless you plan around that. So after summoning, you're going to remove the special ability of the diagonally placed enemy with the highest attack. So you want to make sure that you definitely put her in the right spot in order to remove the special ability from the opponent that you want to remove that special ability from. Very good card. She is awesome. I like this card. I don't have this card. I've seen it quite a bit, but Abomination. And the reason why I like this card is not only is this card a grower, so on every turn you're going to increase attack by 100, but once attack exceeds 1,000, you're going to do damage directly to the enemy leader and then start recharging. So you have an option here to attack the enemy leader, and there's very few cards in this game that do that. There are a couple, but for a character card to do that and grow at the same time in attack, I think is very, very cool. High defense. Card number 2 for me in rare. And then the third card here is going to be Hulkbuster. This guy. So after summoning, you're going to make one nearby enemy with the highest attack start recharging. Again, anytime you can cripple your opponent by removing special abilities from an enemy or make them recharge so they can't be used, is very cool. Just because an enemy is recharging, though, does not stop them from using their persistent abilities. If they have an ability that allows them to do damage to a nearby enemy or to a random enemy every single turn, they're still going to do that. But Hulkbuster armor, very cool. High defense, and the attack just at level 1, 760. Those are the 3 rares. Now, epics, there's some really good epics in here, but the 3 that I have seen the most used. Death drives me nuts every single time I see her. So after your summoning, you're going to make 2 nearby enemies start recharging, again, making enemies recharge. And then you're going to vanish those characters if they have less than 150 health. So you can use this card as a way to limit the moves of your opponent, but you can also use this card to eliminate 2 different enemies at the same time. So very good card. See her quite a bit. I don't have her yet. I really want her. Card number 2 is going to be Ma. Another card where after summoning, you're going to remove special abilities of a nearby enemy with the lowest attack. So where you have Quake, removes the abilities of the highest attack opponent. This one, you're going to remove the abilities of the lowest attack. Very cool card, only 1 cost. And then this one here, Hulk Maestro. If you heard me on one of my other videos, I refer to him as Santa Hulk. So he, after summoning and on every turn, deals 300 to 340 damage each on all nearby allies removed from battle once knocked out. So this is a different kind of card. So it does the persistent attack, damaging enemies nearby, but it acts as a action card so that once it's knocked out, then you can't bring him back. So you definitely want to be very intentional on how you use him. Some cards that can knock him out pretty quick. I mean, first you can remove his persistent abilities, therefore he doesn't do the damage. You can put cards like Black Panther Man Without Fear near him, so that when the ability does damage, Black Panther's ability only triggers when an enemy's special ability hits him. So if he's next to Santa Hulk and gets hit by that ability, he's going to deal 320 damage to each and all allies in nearby vertical slots. So you want to make sure that you place him correctly too. But there are ways to get rid of Santa Hulk here pretty quickly. And then once you knock him out, you don't have to worry about him coming back. But still, very good card, used quite often. So there you go, everybody. Just a quick video on the best cards by Rarity with the new Arrivals expansion. So with that out of the way, let's get to it. So the first winner is going to be Parker KP1. Thank you very much. And then the other one is going to be John Zampus. Again, thank you. Both of you, just go ahead and get a hold of me on the back end of my channel. Send me an email, and I'll get your mailing addresses, and we'll get that stuff sent out as soon as I have that information. All right, everybody, that's what I had for you tonight. Just a quick video on the best cards by Rarity for the Arrivals expansion. And then, obviously, the two winners for my first giveaways. So again, thank you all for taking the time to watch the video, for commenting and liking and subscribing. It is very cool to cross that 500 subscriber line on my way to my first major goal of 1,000 subscribers. So thank you again. And if you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everyone, and we'll talk to you next time.